สวัสดีค่ะโทรทัศน์รวมการเฉพาะกิจแห่งประเทศไทยขอนำทุกท่านเข้าสู่การถ่ายทอดสดพระราชพิธีพืชมงคลจรดพระนางคันแรกนาขวัญประจำปีพุทธศักราช 2569 ในวันนี้พระบาทสมเด็จพระเจ้าอยู่หัวและสมเด็จพระนางเจ้าพระบรมราชินีจะเสด็จพระราชดำเนินมาทรงเป็นองค์ประธานเพื่อเสริมสร้างขวัญและกำลังใจให้แก่เกษตรกรไทยทั่วประเทศค่ะนอกจากนี้เกษตรกรจากทั่วทุกภูมิภาคที่มีผลงานโดดเด่นเป็นที่ประจักษ์ทั้งในระดับบุคคลกลุ่มบุคคลและกลุ่มสหกรณ์ต่างๆก็จะได้เข้ารับพระชาโล่รางวัลประกาศเกียรติคุณเนื่องในวันเกษตรกรประจำปี 2569 อีกด้วยค่ะในวันนี้นะคะบรรยายโดยดิฉันปิยณีเทียมอภรดิฉันกมลวรรณสุนทรธรรม
ผมร้อยเอกนายแพทย์ยงยุทธมยลาภครับ Television Proof Thailand welcomes you to the live telecast of the Royal Ploughing Ceremony to be held at Sanam Luang Ceremony Ground, Bangkok. Their Majesties the King and Queen will preside over the significant event, which together with the Royal Cultivating Ceremony aim at bringing auspiciousness and abundance to the nation's crops and grains. For people in Thailand, you can watch this program narrated in English if your television set has a dual language system or via the website prd.prd.go.th and the Facebook NBT World. และในช่วงเวลานี้นะคะขอเชิญทุกท่านรับชมการถ่ายทอดสดบรรยากาศสดๆจากมณฑลพิธีท้องสนามหลวงค่ะ Watching the live picture coming from the Sanam Luang Ceremony Ground in Bangkok, the Royal Ploughing Ceremony consists of two royal ceremonies combined together, namely the Royal Cultivating Ceremony, which is a Buddhist ceremony conducted on the first day in the ordination hall or Ubosat Hall of Wat Phra Ratana Sasadaram, or the Temple of the Emerald Buddha, and the Royal Ploughing Ceremony, which is a Brahmin ceremony conducted on the following day at the ceremony ground of Sanam Luang. So what you are witnessing today is the Royal Ploughing Ceremony. Now let's take a look at the video recording of yesterday's event, the Royal Cultivating Ceremony, which was held at 5 p.m. at the Temple of the Emerald Buddha inside the Grand Palace. His Majesty King Rama X graciously presided over the ceremony. He was accompanied by Her Majesty Queen Suthida Pacharasutha Pimonlak. They traveled from Amphonsathan Throne Hall to the palace by royal motorcade and arrived and entered the main chapel. This is a Buddhist royal ceremony carried out in the main chapel of the Temple of the Emerald Buddha. Their Majesties the King and Queen lighted candles and incense as a gesture of paying respect to the Emerald Buddha, or Praputtha Mahamani Ratanapatimagorn, Prakanthanrat, or the Buddha images that bring about rainfall and other important Buddha images in the hall. The highest ranking dignitary belonging to the royal chapter of monks being present in the royal ceremony at the level of Praracha Kana presented the Buddhist precepts. His Majesty the King then sprinkled lustre water over the Praputtha Patima Chayavat Buddha image of the reign of King Rama IX and the Prakanthanrat Buddha image of the reign of King Rama V and the other Prakanthanrat Buddha images cast during the reigns of previous monarchs. His Majesty the King sprinkled lustre water over the rice seed to be used during the Royal Ploughing Ceremony and scattered flowers over and offered garlands to the Buddha images to pay homage to them. He prayed for the abundance of the nation's crops. The chief Brahmin then made the proclamation of the Royal Ploughing Ceremony, and His Majesty the King then pour water from a conch shell over the hands of Mr. Winarod Sapsongsuk, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives, who will serve as the Lord of Ploughing or Praya Rekna for this year. His Majesty the King presented bay leaves to Mr. Winarod and anointed his forehead as marks of royal blessing and auspiciousness to the Lord of Ploughing. After that, His Majesty conferred the 9 gem rings and the royal gold to the Praya Rekna. His Majesty the King poured water from a conch shell over the hands of the 4 tepi or celestial maidens, presented bay leaves to them, and anointed their foreheads as marks of royal blessing and auspiciousness to them. At the same time, the congregation of monks chanted prayers, officials blew conch shells and flutes, and played a number of other Thai traditional musical instruments to mark the significance of the occasion. And bay leaves, according to the Brahmin faith, is a symbol of victorious strength and an auspicious item to accompany the sacred water of a Buddhist religious ceremony. The lustre water is contained within a conch shell to be presented to a king, befitting the royal traditions. His Majesty the King then presented the four necessities of Buddhist monks, namely food, raiment, or clothing, a board, and medicine, to Parachakana, the highest ranking dignitary belonging to the royal chapter of monks, being present in the royal ceremony, and members of the congregation of monks. The monk then gave blessing to the people who attended the religious ceremony or Anumotana. They then chanted special blessing for their Majesties the King and Queen and bid farewell. And His Majesty the King and Her Majesty the Queen then departed from the temple of the Emerald Buddha. Later, Phra Ragna and the Tapis left for the back of the ceremony pavilion here in Sanam Luang, where the ceremonial bulls were located. And there, yesterday evening, Phra Ragna washed his hands in the bowl, and the water was later fed to the ceremonial bulls. Then Phra Ragna and Tapis spent time with the ceremonial bulls in preparation for the ploughing ceremony to be held the next morning, which is today, Wednesday, the 13th of May, 2026. Now, early on this morning, the Lord of the Ploughing departed from the Grand Palace in a royal automobile to the ceremonial ground here at Sanam Luang and led the procession of regalia to the Brahmin ceremonial pavilion. The Lord of the Ploughing made a solemn decoration and selected the ceremonial cloth and then dressed in full ceremonial attire. So here the Lord of Ploughing paying respect to all the images, the Buddha images, and also the other auspicious images placed in the ceremonial pavilion. The traditional paying of respect to all the auspicious items. The chief Brahmin approached Phra Ragna, offer him lustre water, which he placed on his head, as well as the bay leaves to be put just by the side of his earlobes, same being presented to the four tapis by the chief Brahmin. Phra Ragna, Mr. Winarod Sapsongsuk is Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives. He is now making the selection of the panung, the ceremonial cloth, pattern cloth used as lower garments. And there are 3 pieces in total, measuring 4 kub, 5 kub, and 6 kub. And they are arranged on a pedestal tray covered with cloth for the Lord of Ploughing to make a solemn decoration and select one piece. Whichever piece was selected shall be worn over the original garment in preparation for commencing the first ploughing. The selected cloth carries prophecies. If the 4 kub cloth is selected, the prophecy is that rainfall will be somewhat abundant. Rice field on the high ground will yield abundant crops, while rice field on low ground may suffer some damage and will not yield fully. If 5 kub cloth is selected, the prophecy is that rainfall during the year will be moderate and sufficient. Rice crop will yield abundantly, and fruits and meat products will be plentiful. If the 6 kub, the longest one, is selected, the prophecy is that rainfall will be scarce. Rice field on the low ground will yield abundant crops, while rice fields on high ground may suffer some damage and will not yield fully. We see here also the ceremonial bull, the royal oxen of the Royal Ploughing Ceremony for the Buddhist era 2569. In the Brahmanical belief, the royal oxen represent the deity, serving as the vehicle of Siva, symbolizing labor and strength, and also the cattle cared for by Krishna and Phra Ponthep, symbolizing abundance. Therefore, in the Royal Ploughing Ceremony, male oxen have always been designated to participate in the royal ceremony since the reign of King Rama I as representatives of strength and abundance. For the Royal Ploughing Ceremony, the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperative assigns the Department of Livestock Development as the agency responsible for selecting the royal oxen or the ceremonial bull for use in the ceremony. The Ratchaburi Artificial Insemination and Biotechnology Research Center under the Bureau of Biotechnology in Livestock Production, Department of Livestock Development, conducts the selection of oxen according to the prescribed criteria. So, the oxen must possess fine characteristics, complete physique, a height of not less than 115 centimeters, a body length of not less than 120 centimeters, and a chest girth of not less than 180 centimeters. Both oxen must be of the same color, have attractive skin, glossy hair, gentle manners, be easy to train, and non-aggressive, possess beautifully curved and symmetrical horns, bright eyes, ears without defects, long and beautiful tails, correct holes on the forehead, floral holes on both sides, and proper back holes. They must also have strong legs, hooves, and ankles, and when viewed from the side, the body must appear rectangular in shape. In the year 2026, the Department of Livestock Development selected 2 pairs of royal oxen for use in the Royal Ploughing Ceremony. 1 pair of principal royal oxen, Phra Meru and Phra Meru, and 1 pair of reserve royal oxen, Phra Meru and Phra Meru. Phra Meru has a height of 165 centimeters, a body length of 226 centimeters, a chest girth of 210 centimeters, and he is 14 years old. Phra Meru has a height of 169 centimeters, a body length of 239 centimeters, a chest girth of 213 centimeters, and is 14 years old. You can see here the reserve royal oxen stationed at the area just beside the cultivation area, the ploughing area of Sanam Luang. Phra Meru and also Phra Meru are there in readiness as the reserve oxen for this event. They are white Lampoon breed oxen with pinkish white skin, pure white hair throughout the body, without black spots or any other colors on the body. And their horns are white, their bodies are cylindrical in shape, and both horns are beautifully curved. Their eyes are bright light brown in color, their eyelashes are pink, the area around the nose is white, the hooves are white, and the tail hair forms a long white tuft. The hind quarters, legs, and hooves are strong and well developed. Their stance and gait are dignified. So this is known as Khao Lampoon bloodline. This is the local bloodline for the traditional task and can be found in various districts of Lampoon and Chiang Mai provinces. The bloodline spread to other districts of Lampang, Phayao, and Chiang Rai provinces that are near Lampoon and Chiang Mai. So they have distinctive features, as I mentioned, the large and tall body, white trunk with white tail. Khao Lampoon bloodline is a local bull bloodline that resulted from the skill and work of villagers in Lampoon province. And the bloodline has gone through development for over 100 years, and the bulls had been popularly reared in Lampoon and Chiang Mai provinces. The royal motorcade of Their Majesties the King and Queen are now arriving at the venue. He's the King and Queen have arrived by royal automobile from the Amphonsathan Residential Hall, Dusit Palace, to the ceremonial pavilion at the ceremonial ground of Sanam Luang in order to preside over the Royal Ploughing Ceremony. The auspicious time is between 8:09 a.m. and 8:39 a.m. The Royal Ploughing Ceremony has existed since ancient times, dating back to the Sukhothai period, when Sukhothai was the capital. During the Sukhothai period, the king did not personally plough the fields, but merely presided over the ceremony. In the Ayutthaya period, the king no longer presided over the ceremony as in the Sukhothai period, and would observe a period of silent religious retreat for 3 days. Authority would instead be delegated to Japraya Chantakuman to act as the royal representative, exercising authority on behalf of the king. This practice continued until the end of Ayutthaya period. During the Ratanakosin period, this royal ceremony was conducted from the reign of King Rama I onward, but the person performing the first ploughing was changed to Japraya Polatep in conjunction with the giant swing ceremony. By the reign of King Rama III, whoever performed the giant swing ceremony would also perform the first ploughing. During the reign of King Rama IV, His Majesty graciously commanded that Buddhist ceremonies be added to all royal ceremonies. Consequently, the Royal Cultivating Ceremony was instituted from that time onward and combined with the Royal Ploughing Ceremony, with the combined title of the Royal Cultivating Ceremony and Royal Ploughing Ceremony. So now the Lord of Ploughing, Mr. Winarod Sapsungsuk, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives, serving as the Lord of the Ploughing, is proceeding together with celestial maidens from the Brahmin ceremonial pavilion, led by royal scholars and Brahmins, passing before the royal pavilion. The Lord of the Ploughing pay homage before their majesties and then proceeds to the ploughing field. The Lord of the Royal Plough will now pay formal respect to their majesties the King and Queen in the traditional way. Mr. Winarod Sapsungsuk, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives. He was born on the 22nd of December 1965. He's the son of Mr. Witun Sapsungsuk and Mrs. Lantom Sapsungsuk. He's married to Mrs. Patrasri Sapsungsuk. And his education background is that he obtained Bachelor of Political Science, Public Administration from Thammasat University in 1986 and Master of Public Administration, National Institute of Development Administration in 1992 and Doctor of Public Administration, Sunusit Rajapat University in 2009. He has become the present Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives on the 1st of October 2025. At the moment, the procession is now getting underway. The court officials led the royal oxen yoke to the plough. The Lord of the Ploughing will anoint the royal oxen and the plough, and then plough lengthwise 3 rounds and crosswise 3 rounds, after which grain seeds will be sown. The royal astrologer will sound the victory gong and the field would then be plowed over again for 3 further rounds. So you can see all these equipments being involved in the Royal Ploughing Ceremony for the year 2026. The plough is made of the Mai Samor wood, and it was constructed in 1996 by the Nong Po Dairy Farmers Group, Potharam District, Ratchaburi Province, and humbly presented to His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej the Great for use in the said royal ceremony. The plough set consists of the following: the plough measuring 2.26 meters in height from the ground to the naga head and 6.59 meters in length from the naga head to the tip of the plough. The entire plough is painted vermilion red. The head of the plough is carved in the form of a naga head, decorated with gilded lacquer. The entire plough is adorned with gilded krachang ta oi motifs. The end of the plough is wrapped with white cloth trimmed in gold for use as a hand grip. The yoke for the royal oxen measuring 1.45 meters in length. At the center of the yoke is a Garuda grasping in naga, cast in brass with gilded lacquer decoration, mounted upon a lotus base. Both ends of the yoke are carved in the form of naga heads, decorated with gilded lacquer. The entire yoke is adorned with gilded krachang ta oi motifs. At each end of the yoke are yoke fittings for harnessing the royal oxen together with rope harnesses. There's also this supporting stand used for supporting the plough together with the yoke. The supporting stand is made of hardwood, painted vermilion red, and decorated with gilded krachang ta oi motifs at both the head and the end of the plough. The 3-tailed flag, which is attached to the plough and mounted on the naga head. This is made of paper and felt cloth, decorated with gilded lacquer patterns and glass ornaments with a white tassel affixed at the top. It is a type of ceremonial ornament used for royal decoration. The 3-tailed flag is triangular in shape, with a base measuring 41 centimeters in length, a height of 50 centimeters, and a flagpole measuring 72 centimeters in length. We can see the 4 bearers of the baskets, the gold basket bearers and the silver basket bearers. For the year 2026, the gold basket bearers are Miss Shantisa Arisawe, currently serving as veterinarian, professional level of the National Bureau of Agricultural Commodity and Food Standards, and Miss Apichaya Fusang, currently serving as auditor, professional level at the Cooperative Auditing Department. As for the silver basket bearers, we have Miss Pon Chitra Chanjaran, currently serving as Agricultural Extension Officer, professional level of the Department of Agricultural Extension. Ms. Saranya Thongkham, currently serving as Agricultural Extension Officer, practitioner level of the Department of Agricultural Extension. We have now started the first round of the ploughing. This is a very significant occasion, the annual event that is followed by all the farmers, agriculturists, and the general public. So, for the Royal Cultivating Ceremony, it was instituted from the time of King Rama IV onward and combined with the Royal Ploughing Ceremony. Regarding the purpose and origin of the ceremony, King Chulalongkorn or Rama V provided a royal explanation in his royal composition, the 12-month royal ceremonies, as follows. The first ploughing, which is the responsibility of the ruler of the land, has been an ancient custom since antiquity. For example, in China 4,000 years ago, the emperor personally performed the first ploughing while the empress raised silkworms. As for the kingdom of Siam, records concerning the first ploughing ceremony have always existed continuously without interruption. The reason why the ruler personally undertakes this task is to set an example for the people and encourage diligence in rice cultivation, which is essential for sustaining life and is the foundation of the stability and prosperity of the entire kingdom. The various accompanying rituals beyond merely ploughing, as an example, like ordinary farmers cultivating their fields in a normal way, arise from concerns over dangers such as excessive or insufficient rainfall, insect infestations, and other threats that may prevent full agricultural yield. There's also the desire to achieve complete abundance, which leads to seeking methods of prevention, support, and divination in advance, so as to provide reassurance and confidence through prayers based on truthfulness, through acts regarded as auspicious according to Buddhist teachings, and through offerings and worship according to Brahmanical beliefs, thereby providing encouragement and reassurance in accordance with the endless aspirations of humankind. Thus, it can be seen that the purpose of the first ploughing ceremony is to serve as an example to the people in order to encourage confidence in rice cultivation. Although this necessity belonged to ancient times, it remains so today because agriculture, with rice cultivation as its foundation, continues to be essential to people's livelihood and to the economy of the nation in every era. As for the rituals, beyond serving as an example, the king classified them into three categories. The first two, namely relying on prayers founded upon truthfulness and performing harmless acts regarded as auspicious according to Buddhist teachings, refer to the Royal Cultivating Ceremony, which is the Buddhist ceremony conducted at Wat Phra Ratana Sasadaram. The third category, namely offerings and worship according to Brahmanical beliefs, refers to the Royal Ploughing Ceremony, which is the Brahmin ceremony. The Royal Cultivating Ceremony and Royal Ploughing Ceremony are conducted for auspiciousness and to strengthen the morale of farmers. The ceremonies are scheduled annually in the 6th lunar month, which is considered the appropriate period to commence rice cultivation, the principal occupation of the Thai people. However, unlike other royal ceremonies, no fixed date is prescribed. Whichever day in the 6th lunar month or in May is deemed astrologically appropriate according to tradition shall be selected for the ceremony. The Royal Cultivating Ceremony and Royal Ploughing Ceremony were last conducted in full traditional form in 1939, after which they were discontinued until 1960, when the cabinet resolved to revive the royal tradition. Since then, the ceremonies have been conducted annually up to the present day, in recognition of their value in preserving an important royal tradition and strengthening the morale and spirit of the Thai people. His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej the Great graciously instructed that certain aspects of the ceremonies be adapted appropriately for the modern era and presided over the ceremonies every year without interruption. Following the revival of the Royal Ploughing Ceremony, the Lord of the Ploughing in the initial period was by position the Director General of the Rice Department. The 4 celestial maidens were selected from among the wives of senior officials of the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives. At present, the Lord of the Ploughing is by position the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives. Those serving as the gold basket bearers and silver basket bearers are selected from unmarried female civil servants under the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives, holding positions from operational level upward, and who have already received royal decorations. The Royal Cultivation Ceremony is a ceremony for blessing grains and crops in which the king offers prayers for the abundance of crops throughout the Kingdom of Thailand. Rice is regarded as the staple food of the people and is referred to in Pali as Pupanna or Pupannachat. Other crops are called Aparanna or Aparanyachat, referring to crops such as beans and sesame. Collectively, these are called Pupanna Parannachat, meaning all kinds of food crops. The Pupanna Parannachat brought into the Royal Cultivating Ceremony consists of unhusked rice, including both ordinary rice and glutinous rice. In addition, there are 40 varieties of plant seeds, each contained in the white cloth bags, together with various kinds of taro and jam. All these plant varieties are capable of germination. There's also unhusked rice used for sowing during the Royal Ploughing Ceremony, contained in one pair of gold baskets and one pair of silver baskets. These are fine rice varieties graciously grown in the Jilada Royal Project and bestowed for use in the Royal Cultivating Ceremony. Part of the royal rice seed is used for sowing during the Royal Ploughing Ceremony, while the remaining portion is packed into envelopes and distributed to farmers and members of the public in various provinces as auspicious tokens and blessings for the crops to be cultivated during the year. So we're now on the round 4 of the ploughing ceremony. Since 1966, the Cabinet has resolved to designate the day of the Royal Cultivating Ceremony as National Farmers' Day in order to remind those engaged in agriculture of the importance of agriculture and to encourage participation in the Royal Cultivating Ceremony as an auspicious blessing for their profession, thereby contributing to the economy of the nation. Consequently, National Farmers' Day celebrations have since been held in conjunction with the Royal Cultivating Ceremony. And for this year, it took place yesterday. So the ploughing, consisting of the lengthwise 3 rounds and crosswise 3 rounds, after which grain seeds will be sown, and the royal astrologer sounds the victory gong, and the field will then be ploughed over again for 3 further rounds. For this year, 2026, the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives, through the Rice Department, has sought royal permission to present the royal rice seed varieties grown by Royal Initiative, cultivated in the experimental rice fields of the Jitlada project and the extension rice fields during the 2025 main rice growing season. These unhusked rice yields are derived from 7 principal rice varieties as follow: Khao Dok Mali 105 variety, which is non-glutinous rice, RD6 variety, glutinous rice, RD79 variety, which is non-glutinous rice, RD85 variety, which is non-glutinous rice, RD99 variety, Hom Klong Luang 72, which is non-glutinous rice, RD109 variety, which is Hom Patalung 72, and this is non-glutinous rice, and RD26 variety, Chiang Rai 72, which is glutinous rice. The total yield amounts to 5,147 kilograms, which we use in the Royal Cultivating Ceremony and Royal Ploughing Ceremony for the year 2026. These are packaged into envelopes for distribution to interested members of the public and farmers throughout the country to serve as auspicious tokens and blessings in accordance with traditional practice and in fulfillment of the royal intention. The remaining rice seeds and various bean seeds will, subject to royal permission, be preserved by the rice department for propagation during the 2026 growing season as foundation stock for high-quality plant varieties to be further disseminated to farmers. Khao Dok Mali 105 variety is an aromatic, non-glutinous rice variety sensitive to photo period. It has a height of approximately 140 to 150 centimeters, pale green stems, green leaves, and long slender grains. The meal rice is translucent and firm. When cooked, it is soft and has a fragrance similar to pandan leaves. It is tolerant of drought and saline soil. The average yield is approximately 363 kilograms per rite of land. RD6 variety is a glutinous rice variety sensitive to photo period. It has a height of approximately 154 centimeters, moderately strong stems, long dark green leaves, and erect flag leaves. The unhusked rice is brown in color with long, slender grains. When cooked, it is soft, sticky, and aromatic. It has good drought tolerance and provides a high yield of approximately 666 kilograms per rite of land. Besides rice being the principal source of carbohydrates that provide energy for the body, each type has both similarities and differences, which may be broadly classified into two main categories: white rice or polished rice, and brown rice or unpolished rice. White rice or polished rice is rice that has undergone repeated polishing until the bran, layer, and rice germ are removed, resulting in the loss of various vitamins and minerals. Brown rice or unpolished rice is rice from which only the husk has been removed, while the rice germ and bran layer remain intact. Both of these parts possess high nutritional value and are rich in nutrients, vitamins, minerals, and dietary fiber. In addition, there are various dark red to nearly black rice varieties that are rich in nutritional values, such as Hom Nin rice, which is known by several names, including black rice and black glutinous rice. It contains antioxidants and helps improve blood circulation, slow cellular degeneration, and prevent heart disease, inhibit the growth of lung cancer cells and stomach cancer cells, reduce cholesterol and triglycerides, increase levels of good cholesterol in the blood, affect pituitary gland function, inhibit gastric acid secretion, inhibit platelet aggregation, and reduce blood sugar levels. Raspberry rice, now this variety is quite popular at the present time in Thailand. It was developed by crossbreeding Hom Nin rice with Khao Dok Mali 105 rice. Raspberry rice has long, slender grains, a dark purple color, and a jasmine fragrance. It contains antioxidants and is high in zinc and folate. It helps reduce the risk of non-communicable chronic diseases and cancer, assists in blood sugar control, and helps nourish the blood in individuals with iron deficiency anemia. So, executives of the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives have been assigned responsibility for the organization of this Royal Cultivating Ceremony and the Royal Ploughing Ceremony. Deputy Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives, Ms. Tassani Meungkeo, is responsible for overall preparation and organization of the Royal Cultivating Ceremony and Royal Ploughing Ceremony for the year 2026, presenting the commemorative plaques for gracious bestowal by His Majesty the King upon the farmers. Deputy Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives, Ms. Nalumon Sungwanwong, is responsible for rehearsals of the Lord of the Ploughing, the Celestial Maidens, attendants and bearers of the regalia, and also welcoming and receiving guests attending the royal audience on the royal pavilion and in the general audience tents. Deputy Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives, Mr. Krip Uttamawetin, is responsible for the selection of outstanding national farmers, farmers' institutions, and cooperatives for the year 2026. Deputy Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives, Mr. Apai Sutisang, is responsible for presenting the report on the divination and prophecies concerning the ceremonial cloth selected by the Lord of the Ploughing and the foods consumed by the royal oxen, as well as summoning the farmers to receive the royal plaques. Director General of the Rites Department, Mr. Anun Nonsi, is responsible for carrying the royal spear in the Ubosot Hall or Ordination Hall of Wat Phra Sri Ratana Sasadaram. Director General of the Cooperative Promotion Department, Mr. Niran Muntida, is responsible for leading the procession of farmers to attend the royal audience and receive the royal plaques, which we'll witness a little bit later on today. Director General of the Department of Agricultural Extension, Mrs. Anchali Suwatitanon, is responsible for concluding the procession of farmers attending the royal audience to receive the royal plaques. The Royal Cultivation Ceremony and the Royal Ploughing Ceremony is a royal ceremony conducted to provide encouragement and morale to farmers, as Thailand has been a country whose people have engaged in agriculture from the past to the present. In addition, it is a royal ceremony that reflects beliefs and rituals concerning cultivation, reflects society and public participation, demonstrates the relationship between the monarchy and the people, and illustrates the role of the monarchy in agricultural development. The beliefs and forms of the royal ceremony have been adapted in each era. Rice is a stable cereal that nurtures the lives of the Thai people and of more than half the world's population. In economic terms, rice is commodity, ensuring prosperity and food security. In agriculture, rice is the second most cultivated cereal in the world after wheat, and more than 90% of the world's production is consumed in Asia. In terms of civilization, rice is fundamental to the culture of many Eastern countries, where the words rice and food are synonymous, as Thailand is located in a tropical zone close to the equator. The country is a hot and humid climate, while the south and the east come under tropical monsoon conditions. The variety of local weather conditions and prevalent soil fertility work to widen biological diversity, especially in terms of rice varieties, both cultivated and wild. In Thailand, rice can be compared to a gift from the land that thrives on rain falling from the sky. And going back more than 5,000 years, the ancestors on this land in prehistoric times already knew how to grow rice for food. Later on, as the various kingdoms came along, there was an accumulation of knowledge and local wisdom which were passed on from generation to generation until there were research and development institutes to teach Thai farmers to choose appropriate cultivation techniques and rice strains. This led to Thailand becoming well known for the diversity of rice varieties, numbering in the tens of thousands of both cultivars and wild species. This has allowed the country to be the world leader in rice and dominated the world's rice markets for decades. The life of Thai farmers, tilling paddy fields during planting seasons, requires utmost forbearance and perseverance and has been practiced for generations. Thai farmers endeavor to produce rice in their paddy fields according to agreed standards. With attention paid in every step of cultivation, consumers are assured of the quality of Thai rice, certain of receiving a healthy product, providing wholesome nourishment, and most importantly, of its unique, delicious taste. Thriving, if aggressive, competition for sales had led Thai farmers to drop the organic agriculture of their forefathers and turn to using chemicals to make more profit while neglecting the quality of the environment. But thanks to His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej the Great's far and wide vision, there has been the formulation and propagation of a new theory of practicing mixed agriculture, as well as the philosophy of sufficiency economy. That means generating sufficient income for oneself and one's family while taking part in the development of the national economy without harm to health, quality of life, or the environment. Thailand is an agricultural country. This green nation has prioritized agricultural activities, especially rice growing, which has been the very foundation of the country throughout its history. The king, in his capacity as the patron monarch of agriculturists, carries the vital duty of lifting the spirit of agriculturists. This is clearly seen here in the Royal Ploughing Ceremony, a cherished sacred rite to heighten the morale of all rice farmers. So, other than a morale-boosting strategy, the Royal Ploughing Ceremony, or the auspicious ceremony of the Jarot Pranang Khan Rek Na Kwan, as called in Thai, serves to announce the beginning of the growing season. The ruler or head of state will preside over the ceremony to deliver this message to the people. The ploughing ceremony is now coming close to the end. So the procession has now left the ploughing field. Court officials will now remove the royal oxen from the yoke. The Lord of the Ploughing and the Celestial Maiden will return to the Brahmin Ceremony Pavilion. At this moment, or very soon, Brahmins will present 7 kinds of food for the royal oxen, and the royal astrologer will pronounce the official prophecy. Thereafter, outstanding national farmers, representatives of outstanding national farmers institutions, representatives of outstanding national cooperatives, and distinguished agricultural sages in various fields will receive royal plaques of honor. So we come to the part of the ceremony, the divination of the 7 foods offered to the royal oxen. The 7 foods offered to the royal oxen are rice, maize, green beans, sesame seeds, liquor, water, and grass. Whichever food the royal oxen consume carries the following prophecies. If the royal oxen consume rice or maize, the prophecy is that grain crops and fruits will be abundant. If the royal oxen consume beans or sesame seeds, the prophecy is that fruits and food crops will be plentiful. If the royal oxen consume water or grass, the prophecy is that water supplies will be sufficiently abundant and grain crops, fruits, food crops, and meat products will be plentiful. If the royal oxen consume liquor, the prophecy is that transportation will become more convenient, international trade will improve, and the economy will prosper. Early on, there's the divination of the ceremonial cloth selected by the Lord of the Ploughing. The result will be announced very soon. The ceremonial cloth refers to pattern cloth used as lower garments, and there are 3 pieces in total, measuring 4 cube, 5 cube, and 6 cube, and they are arranged on the pedestal tray covered with cloth for the Lord of the Ploughing to make a solemn decoration and select one piece. Whichever piece is selected should be worn over the original garment in preparation for commencing the first ploughing. The selected cloth carries the following prophecies. If the 4 cube cloth is selected, the prophecy is that rainfall will be somewhat abundant. Rice fields on high ground will yield abundant crops, while rice fields on low ground may suffer some damage and will not yield fully. If the 5 cube cloth is selected, the prophecy is that rainfall during the year will be moderate and sufficient. Rice crops will yield abundantly, and fruits and meat products will be plentiful. If the 6 cube cloth is selected, the prophecy is that rainfall will be scarce. Rice fields on low ground will yield abundant crops, while rice fields on high ground may suffer some damage and will not yield fully. So soon we shall hear the prophecy stated by the royal astrologers on both aspects, the divination of the ceremonial cloth selected by the Lord of the Ploughing and the divination of the 7 foods offered to the royal oxen. So the Khao Lamphun bloodline of the royal oxen has its own characteristics, namely white color throughout its body, different from white bulls of other bloodlines that have black mouth, noses, eye edges, hooves, horns, and tails. Khao Lamphun bloodline is by no means albino bulls, since its pupils is not pink. As it has a white trunk, the bull can tolerate the heat remarkably. Khao Lamphun bloodline is considered to be cultural and socio-agricultural heritage inherited from Lana ancestors. Therefore, Thais should not overlook the care and attention required in preventing the extinction of the bloodline due to one's lack of knowledge. According to the Brahmin religious teaching, legends mention of an albino Usuparat bull named Pranonti that was regarded as the god of 4-legged animals. Pranonti turned himself into a bull for the god Isuan to ride. Due to this long-held belief, Indians do not eat beef, and a large number of bulls and cattle is present in India. Thais inherit the Brahmin belief. Therefore, since the reign of King Rama I of the Chakri dynasty, it was designated that male bulls must participate in this royal ceremony. Soon there will be the announcement of the prophecies as well as the list of recipients of royal plaques. These are outstanding national farmers, farmers' institutions, cooperatives, and agricultural philosophers of the land for the year 2026. They are now getting into their position for the next part of the ceremony.
ขอเดชะฝ่าละอองธุลีพระบาทปกเกล้าปกกระหม่อม ข้าพระพุทธเจ้านายอภัยสุทธิสังรองปลัดกระทรวงเกษตรและสหกรณ์ขอพระราชทานพระบรมราชวโรกาสกราบบังคมทูลผลการเสี่ยงทายของพญาแลกนาเนื่องในงานพระราชพิธีพืชมงคลจรดพระนางคันแลกนาขวัญประจำปีพุทธศักราช 2569 โหรหลวงได้ให้คำพยากรณ์ว่าพญาแลกนาเสี่ยงทายผ้าสำหรับนุ่งไปประกอบพิธีจรดพระนางคันแลกนาขวัญดังนี้เสี่ยงผ้านุ่งปีนี้6 คืบพยากรณ์ว่าน้ำน้อยนาในที่ลุ่มจะได้ผลบริบูรณ์ดีแต่นาในที่ดอนอาจจะเสียหายบ้างได้ผลไม่เต็มที่การเสี่ยงทายพระโคกินเลี้ยงปีนี้พระโคกินถั่วพยากรณ์ว่าพญาหารพักษาหารจะอุดมสมบูรณ์ดีกินน้ำกินหญ้าพยากรณ์ว่าน้ำท่าจะบริบูรณ์พอควรพร้อมด้วยธัญญาหารพลาหารพักษาหารมังสาหารอุดมสมบูรณ์ดีกินเหล้าพยากรณ์ว่าการคมนาคมสะดวกยิ่งขึ้นการค้าขายกับต่างประเทศดีขึ้นทำให้เศรษฐกิจเจริญรุ่งเรืองด้วยเกล้าด้วยกระหม่อมขอเดชะ
So that was the presentation of the prediction related to the selection of food offerings made by the ceremony bulls and also the selection of the
ข้าพระพุทธเจ้า
cloth
นาย
made
อ
by
ภัย
the Lord
สุ
of
ทธิสัง
Ploughing during the
รองปลัด
ceremony.
กระทรวงเกษตรและสหกรณ์ขอพระราชทานพระบรมราชวโรกาสกราบบังคมทูลเบิกคู่ผู้เข้ารับพระราชทานโล่รางวัลในงานพระราชพิธีพืชมงคลจรดพระ
They
นางคันแลก
selected
นา
the
ขวัญ
mung
ประ
beans,
จำปี
which mean
พุทธศั
fruits
ก
and
ราช
food will be plentiful,
2569
water or haze, which mean
ประ
the
กอบด้
rainfall
วย
will be
ปราช
average,
ญ์เกษตร
cereal
ของแผ่นดิ
fruits,
น
food
รวม
and
3
animal
สา
meat
ขา
will be
เก
abundant,
ษตรกรดีเด่น
and
แห่ง
rice
ชาติ
liquor,
รวม
meaning
16 สาขา
transportation will improve,
ผู้แท
foreign
น
trade
ส
will
ถาบั
grow,
น
and
เก
the
ษตรกร
economy
ดี
will
เด่นแห่ง
prosper.
ชาติ
As
รวม
for the
13
selection
กลุ่ม
of the
ผู้
cloth
แทน
made
ส
by
ห
the
กร
Lord
ณ์
of
ดีเด่นแห่ง
Ploughing,
ชาติรวม
he
7
chose
สหก
the
รณ์
longest one,
รวม
6
ผู้เข้ารับ
cube,
พระราช
which
ทาน
means
โล่
the
รางวัล
rainfall
ปี
will
นี้
be very
จำนวน
little. Paddy in the
39
lowland
ดัง
areas
มี
will
ราย
be
นามต่อไป
plentiful,
นี้
but paddy in the upland
ปราชญ์เกษ
areas
ตร
may
ของแผ่น
suffer
ดิน
some damages.
ปราชญ์เกษตรเศรษฐกิจพอเพียงนางราตรีบัวพนัสจังหวัดนคร
Now
ส
the
วรรค์
awardees are receiving the
ปราชญ์เก
plaques
ษ
of
ตรดี
honor
เด่น
from His
นายพรหม
Majesty the
พิริ
King
ยะสอนสิริจังหวัดปราจีนบุรี
for the
ปราชญ์เก
agricultural
ษตรผู้นำชุมชนและ
philosophers
เครือ
of the
ข่าย
land
นาย
in the
บุญส่ง
sufficiency
นับท
economy
องจังหวัดก
agriculture
ระบี่
philosopher is
เกษตร
Mrs.
กรดีเด่นแห่ง
Ratri
ชาติ
Buapanat.
อาชีพทำ
For
นา
the outstanding
นายจิร
agriculture
กรอยู่เจ
philosopher
ริญการ
is
จังหวัด
Mr.
นครปฐม
Prompiriya Sonsiri.
อาชีพทำสวน
And for
นาย
the
คมคลิต
community and
กล่อม
network
สัง
leader
จังหวัดต
agriculture
ราด
philosopher, this
อา
is
ชีพทำไร่
Mr. Bunsong Naptong.
นางหนูเรียนเพียโคตรจังหวัดชัยภูมิอาชีพไร่นาสวนผสมนายประเสริฐยุวการกุล
For the
จังหวัด
outstanding
ประจวบ
national
คีรี
farmers
ขัน
and
ธ์
agricultural person for the year
อาชีพปลูกหม่อนเลี้ยง
2026,
ไหม
we have
นาง
Mr.
สมพร
จิ
แก้
ร
ว
ก
ค
ร
นตร
จิว
ง
เจ
จัง
ริ
ห
ญ
วัด
การ
ราชบุ
for
รี
rice farming
อา
category,
ชีพเลี้ยงสัตว์
Mr.
นาย
Komkrit
สุรศัก
Klom
ดิ์
Sang
แซ่ลี
from
จังหวัด
orchard
ราชบุ
farming,
รี
Mrs.
อาชีพ
Nurian
เพาะเลี้ยง
Pier
สัตว์น้ำ
Kot
จืด
from
นายอมร
field crop
เหลืองน
farming
ฤมิชัย
category,
จังหวัด
Mr.
เพชรบุรี
Prasert Yuvakan Kun
อาชีพ
from
เพาะ
the
เลี้ยงสัตว์
integrated
น้ำกร่อย
farming
นา
category,
ยประโยชน์
Mrs.
โส
Sompon
รัชกิจ
Keo Kontrong
จังหวัด
from
ฉะเชิงเทรา
Mulberry cultivation
อา
and
ชีพเพาะเลี้ยง
sericulture
สัตว์น้ำสวย
category,
งามและพั
Mr.
นธุ์ไม้น้
Surasak
ำ
Sali
นางสา
from
ว
the
พัทรนิต
livestock
ศิระ
farming
วัฒนา
category,
จังหวัดกาญจนบุรี
Mr. Amon Leung
อาชีพปลูก
Narimit
ต้น
Chai
ป่า
from the
นายบุ
freshwater
ญธรรม
agriculture
ทับทิมศรี
category,
จังหวัดนครสวรร
Mr.
ค์
Prayot So
สา
Ratchakit
ขาบัญชี
for
ฟาร์ม
the
นายสุริ
brackish
ยา
water
ขันแก้วจังหวัดแพร่
agriculture category,
สาขาการ
Ms.
พัฒนาที่ดิน
Patranit
เพื่อเกษตรกรรม
Sirawatana
นาง
Rut
เกษ
for
ร
the
ทองค
ornamental
ำ
fish
จังหวัดพัทลุง
and aquatic plant
สาขา
cultivation
การปฏิบั
category,
ติทางการเกษ
Mr.
ตรที่ดี
Buntham
สำหรับพืช
Thaptim Si
นางสา
for
ว
the
รัตนา
forest
จันด
plantation
ำจังหวัดเชียง
cultivation
ใหม่
category,
สา
Mr.
ขาเกษ
Surya
ตรอินทรี
Khankeo
ย์
for
นาง
the
สาว
farm
อัญชลี
accounting
อั
category,
ศววิมล
Mrs.
จังหวัดนน
Geson
ทบุรี
Tongkham for the
ที่ปรึกษา
agriculture land
กลุ่มยุ
development
วเกษตร
category,
กร นายมน
Ms.
ตรีวัดน้อย
Ratana
จังหวัดนคร
Chandam
ป
for
ฐม
the good
ส
agricultural
มาชิกก
practices
ลุ่ม
for
ยุวเก
crops
ษตรกร
category.
นายเพช
Ms.
รรัตน์ม่วง
Anchari
สายจังหวัดนคร
Asawatwiman
สวรรค์
for the organic agriculture
สถาบัน
category.
เกษตรกรดีเด่นแห่งชาติ
Mr. Montri
กลุ่ม
Watnoy
เกษตรกร
for the
ทำนา
Young
ดอนให
Farmers
ญ่
Group
จังหวัดอุบลราชธา
Advisor
นี
category
นายบัว
and
พันศรี
Mr.
พิลี
Pecharat
เขียว
Muangsai for the
กลุ่ม
Young
เกษตร
Farmers
กร
Group
ทำสวน
member
ไม้เรียง
category.
จังหวัดนครศรีธรรมราช
For the outstanding
นายสม
National
ศักดิ์
Farmers
พุทธิวณิ
Institution
ช
for
กลุ่ม
2026,
เกษตรกรทำไร่หนอง
ดอน
โพ
ใหญ่
จังหวัดปรา
Rice
จีนบุ
Farmer
รี
Group
นายนราธิป
from
พัน
Ubon
มาก
Ratchathani
กลุ่มเกษตร
province
กร
is
ผู้
for
เลี้
the
ยงโค
Rice
เนื้อ
Farmers Group
ตำบลบ้าน
category.
เสียวจังหวัด
Mai
นคร
Riang
พนม
Orchard
นาย
Farmers
ปราโมท
Group
เดช
from
โฮม
Nakhon Si Thammarat
วิสาห
province
กิจ
for
ชุม
the
ชนห
Orchard
อยนาง
Farmers
รม
Group
ท่าโสมจังหวัด
category.
ตราด
Nong
นายก
Prong
มลแซ่ตั
Field
น
Crop Farmers Group
กลุ่ม
from
แปรรูปสัตว์
Pra
น้ำ
Jin
บ้าน
Buri
สมสะ
province
อาด
for the
จังหวัด
Field
บึง
Crop
กาฬ
Farmers Group
นายสาค
category.
รเดชลาภ
For the Livestock Farmers Group,
กลุ่มแม่บ้าน
the
เกษตรกร
awardee
บ้าน
is
เมาะ
the
หลวง
Ban
จังหวัด
Seo
ลำปาง
Beef
นาง
Cattle
ฟอง
Farmers
จันทร์
Group
วง
from
ชัย
Nakhon Phanom province.
กลุ่มยุวเกษตรกรนอกโรง
Fishery
เรียน
or
ศูนย์ฝึกอบรมเด็ก
Agriculture
และ
Farmers
เยาว
Group
ชนเขต
category,
5
the
จังหวัด
awardee
อุบล
is
ราช
Tha
ธา
Som
นีนายพีรพัฒน์พ
Oyster
ร้อมใจ
Community Enterprise
ก
from
ลุ่มผู้ผลิต
Phra
เมล็ดพันธุ์
province.
ข้าวหนองหิน
สม
จังหวัด
สะอาด
อุบลราชธานี
Aquaculture
นายฉลวย
Processing
กุม
Group
พันธ์
wins the category of the
กลุ่ม
Aquatic
บริหาร
Animal
การใช้
Processing
น้ำ
Farmers
คุระ
Group.
บุรีร่วมใจจังหวัดพัง
They
งา
are from
นาย
Bungan
สุรัตน์
province.
มาศทอง
Ban Mok
ศูนย์ข้าว
Luang
ชุมช
for
น
the
นาเยียปี
Agricultural
59
Housewives Group.
ประเภทข้าวหอมมะลิจังหวัดอุบลราชธานี
Young Farmers Group
นายสุ
Outside
กัน
School
จิรำเลิ
Juvenile
ศ
and Youth Training Center
ศูน
Region
ย์ข้าวชุม
5
ชน
from
ผลิตเมล็ดพันธุ์ข้าว
Ubon Ratchathani
หนองกรุง
province
ประเภท
is the
ข้าว
awardee
อื่น
for the Young
จัง
Farmers
หวัด
Group
บึงกาฬ
category.
นา
For
ย
the
วง
Rice
ศร
Seed
กิจใจ
Producers Group category,
วิ
Nong
สาหกิจ
Hin
ชุมชนยาง
Rice
ก้อน
Seed
ถ้วย
Producers
กยท
Group
ตำบล
from
นางหล
Ubon
วง
Ratchathani
จังหวัดนค
province
ร
is
ศรี
the
ธรรมราช
awardee.
นางสาวอุบลรัต
Irrigation
น์
Water
ทองหนุน
Users Farmers Institution
สห
category,
กรณ์ดีเด่น
the
แห่งชา
awardee
ติ
is
สหก
Kurapuri
รณ์การเกษตร
Rumchai
เมืองตรอน
from
จำกัด
Phang
จัง
Nga
หวัดอุต
province.
รดิตถ์นายวินัย
Community
ละนาถ
Rice
สนอ
Seed Promotion
สหกร
Production
ณ์โคนม
Center,
สีคิ้วจำกัด
Jasmine
จังหวัด
Rice
นครราช
category,
สีมา
the
นาย
awardee
วี
is
ระ
Najir
คำมะลัง
Laskel
สห
Rice
กรณ์กอง
Field
ทุน
Community
สวน
Rice
ยางอยู่
Center
กองจำ
from
กัดจังหวัด
Ubon
สงขลา
Ratchathani province.
นายวิลมสุวรรณรัตน์
Nong Kung Rice
ส
Seed
หกรณ์ออม
Producers
ทรัพ
Group
ย์โรงพ
Community
ยาบาล
Rice
กาฬ
Center
สินธุ์จำกัด
is the
จังหวัดกาฬ
awardee
สิน
for
ธุ์
the category
นาง
of
รุจาภา
Community
เน
Rice
ติ
Seed
พัทร
Promotion
ลักษณ์
and Production Center,
ร้านสหก
other
รณ์โรง
rice
พยาบาลมหา
categories.
ราชจำกัดจังหวัดนครราชสี
Nang
มา
Long
นาง
Rubber
นฤมล
Cup
ศรี
Lump
สัน
Community
สห
Enterprise
กรณ์บริการครู
from
แพทย์จำกัด
Nakhon
จั
Si
งหวัดแพร่
Thammarat province
นายเลิศ
is the
ฤทธิ์
awardee for
เรือน
the
ละหง
category of Community
สหกรณ์เคร
Enterprise.
ดิตยูเนียน NHK
For the
สปริง
outstanding
จำกัด
national
จังหวัด
cooperatives
สมุทร
for
ปราการนาง
2026,
พนิดา
we
แด
have
งใหญ่
the Mueang Tron Agricultural Cooperative Limited from Uttaradit province is the awardee for the agricultural cooperative. For the dairy cooperative category, CQ Dairy Cooperative Limited from Nakhon Ratchasima is the awardee. Yung Thong Rubber Plantation Fund Cooperative Limited from Songkhla province is the awardee for the rubber producers cooperative
ด้วย
category.
เกล้าวด้วยกระหม่อมขอ
As for
เด
the
ชะ
saving cooperative category, Kalasin Hospital Savings Cooperative Limited from Kalasin province is the awardee. Consumer cooperative category, Maharat Nakhon Ratchasima Hospital Cooperative Store Limited from Nakhon Ratchasima province is the awardee. For the service cooperative category, Kru Phra Teachers Service Cooperative Limited from Phra province is the awardee. Credit Union Cooperative category, the awardee is NHK Spring Credit Union Cooperative Limited from Samut Prakan province. So these are the awardees who have received the plaques of honor from His Majesty the King. Outstanding national farmers, farmers institutions, cooperatives, and agricultural philosophers of the land for the year 2026. So, just to recap once again, the agricultural philosophers of the land for the year 2026, there are three categories. The sufficiency economy agriculture philosopher. The winner is Mrs. Ratri Buapanat from Nakhon Sawan province. For the outstanding agriculture philosopher, the winner is Mr. Prom Piriya Sonsiri from Pra Jin Buri province. And for the community and network leader agriculture philosopher, the winner is Mr. Bunsong Naptong from Krabi province. And also, just to repeat again about the prophecies made from the selection of food offerings made by the ceremonial bulls. The bulls consume the beans, which means that fruits and food will be plentiful. The bulls also consume water and hay, which means the rainfall will be average, cereals, fruits, food, and animal meat will be abundant. They also consume rice liquor, which implies that transportation will improve, foreign trade will grow, and the economy will prosper. The royal astrologer also reported on the prediction related to the choice of cloth made by the Lord of Ploughing during the ceremony. He shows the longest one, 6 cube. It means that the rainfall will be very little. Paddy in the lowland areas will be plentiful, but paddy in the upland areas may suffer some damages. So following the presentation of the plaques of honor to all the awardees for their outstanding work in terms of the agriculture, the Lord of Ploughing will depart from the Brahmin ceremonial pavilion in a procession of regalia. He would then pay homage before their majesties, the King and Queen, and would then proceed in procession to board the royal automobile together with the celestial maidens to await audience with His Majesty the King and Her Majesty the Queen at the demonstration rice field of the Jitlada project. Their Majesties the King and Queen will proceed by the royal motorcade from the ceremonial pavilion to the demonstration rice field of the Jitlada project. There, the Lord of the Ploughing will pay homage before their Majesties. Thereafter, the Lord of the Ploughing and the celestial maidens will sow rice seeds in the demonstration rice field of the Jitlada project for cultivation and use in the royal ceremony of the following year. The Lord of the Royal Ploughing is now paying traditional respect to their Majesties the King and Queen. Mr. Winarod Sapsungsuk, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives, is the Lord of Royal Ploughing. He entered government service as Community Development Officer Level 3 of the Community Development Department in 1987. He became Director of the Inspection and Government Coordination Division, Office of the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives in 2007. He became Chief of the Minister's Office, Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives in 2008. He was Deputy Secretary General of the National Bureau of Agricultural Commodity and Food Standards in 2009. Became Inspector General of the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives in 2012. Director General of the Cooperative Auditing Department in 2013. Director General of the Cooperative Promotion Department in 2015. Secretary General of the Office of Agricultural Economics in 2017, Secretary General of the Agricultural Land Reform Office in 2018, Director General of the Cooperative Auditing Department in 2024, and he became the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives from the 1st of October 2025 onwards. In the year 2022, he received Knight Grand Cordon Special Class of the Most Exalted Order of the White Elephant. In 2015, he was bestowed Knight Grand Cordon Special Class of the Most Noble Order of the Crown of Thailand. The gold basket bearers are Miss Chandisa Arisawait, veterinarian, professional level from the National Bureau of Agricultural, Commodity and Food Standards, and Miss Pichaya Fusang, currently serving as auditor, professional level of the Cooperative Auditing Department. For silver basket bearers, there are Miss Pwanchitra Jancharan, currently serving as Agricultural Extension Officer, professional level of the Department of Agricultural Extension, and Miss Saranya Thongkham, currently serving as Agricultural Extension Officer, practitioner level of the Department of Agricultural Extension. So for the Ratanakosin period, from the reigns of King Rama V to King Rama X, society during the Ratanakosin period displayed a combination of rationalist beliefs with a worldview increasingly inclined towards science compared with the early Ratanakosin period, while simultaneously preserving traditional worldviews. The monarch graciously continued to conduct the Royal Cultivating Ceremony and Royal Ploughing Ceremony, although during some periods only the Royal Cultivating Ceremony was conducted. Nevertheless, the ceremony was preserved in order to conserve valuable traditions and to strengthen the morale of the people of the nation. A royal statement of His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej the Great reflects the importance of reviving the Royal Ploughing Ceremony and explains the reasons for conducting the ceremony in part as follows. Some Thai people may regard this matter as inappropriate for the times and inconsistent with certain sciences because the predictions concerning the cloth selected by the Lord of the Ploughing or the foods consumed by the royal oxen may appear to lack scientific basis. However, it should not be forgotten that this is a tradition originating in ancient times, when science had not yet advanced as it has today. It therefore produced psychological and morale-building benefits for the people, especially for farmers, who constitute the majority of the population. We continue this ceremony today because it proved beneficial in the past. Therefore, we preserve it and should explain and create understanding among both Thai people and foreigners on this matter as well. The monarch introduced new knowledge concerning cultivation into agriculture in order to improve the well-being of the people, which was regarded as an important royal duty. For example, during the reign of King Chulalongkorn or Rama V, agricultural development in various aspects was promoted alongside the Royal Cultivating Ceremony and Royal Ploughing Ceremony, including irrigation and the promotion of agricultural production, particularly rice cultivation. Furthermore, during the period from the reign of King Rama V to King Rama X, the present monarch, rice variety competitions were organized in order to encourage public attention towards rice development. Members of the elite also became interested in agricultural knowledge, beginning with writings on rice cultivation composed by Prince Pichit Prichakorn, presented to King Chulalongkorn. This clearly reflected the thinking of the elite regarding the application of knowledge to agriculture. Such knowledge was subsequently disseminated to the public in various forms, including publications issued by the Ministry of Agriculture, providing guidance on cultivation, sericulture, silk production, and weaving for distribution to the people, as well as agricultural exhibitions. During the Ratanakosin period from the reign of King Rama V to King Rama X, rice remained continuously important to the economy, serving almost as the principal export commodity and as the staple food within the country. Every monarch during this period therefore attached great importance to the development of rice in all aspects, including cultivation processes, production, and rice varieties. This is evident from the fact that King Chulalongkorn conducted experimental rice cultivation following methods that His Majesty had observed abroad during the second royal visit to Europe in 1907. His Majesty also ordered provinces to report rainfall statistics, organized the first rice variety competition at Thanjavuri in 1907, and introduced ploughing machinery for experimentation for the first time. These actions demonstrate the great royal concern devoted to developing Thai rice cultivation to produce crops of sufficient quality and quantity to meet market demand. In addition, during the reigns of King Rama V and King Rama VI, great importance was attached to rice varieties, which were the nation's most important commodity, through expanding and improving rice competitions. Various rice varieties from all regions were assembled for exhibition. Other exhibitions related to agriculture and handicrafts were also organized. During the reign of King Rama IX, experimental rice plots were established in the Jilada project. Rice varieties cultivated in the grounds of Jilada Dusit Palace, together with various plant species, were graciously included in the Royal Cultivating Ceremony and Royal Ploughing Ceremony and distributed to farmers. His Majesty also promoted research and development of rice varieties by relevant institutions and government agencies. Thailand has been an agricultural country from the past to the present, with rice as its principal crop. The monarch has therefore demonstrated the great importance attached to rice cultivation and has bestowed encouragement upon farmers through the royal ceremony. The monarch has served as an example in agricultural development, disseminating agricultural knowledge to the people through personal experimentation, as well as through modern science and technology derived from research conducted by scholars, both domestically and internationally, enabling the people to adapt and develop their agricultural occupations to compete internationally. Their Majesties the King and Queen are now departing the Sanam Luang Ceremonial Ground by the royal motorcade. They are now proceeding by the royal motorcade from the ceremonial pavilion to the demonstration rice field of the Chitlada project. Television Pool Thailand would like to thank you for watching this live transmission of the Royal Ploughing Ceremony held at Sanam Luang Ceremony Ground, Bangkok, presided over by Their Majesties the King and Queen. Please join us for our next live transmission on the 3rd of June at around 7 p.m. Thai time for the candle lighting ceremony on the auspicious occasion of the birthday anniversary of Her Majesty the Queen. So from Bangkok, Thailand, thank you and goodbye. At the moment we are seeing the live picture coming following the completion of the royal ceremony. The members of the general public are now entering the area of the ploughing field to collect all the rice seeds as mementos of the occasions, as the symbolic and auspicious items to be placed in their households. They are regarded as auspicious rice seeds that can bring prosperity and progress into their lives. So we now come to the conclusion with live telecast. Thank you again for your kind following of the program. So meet us again for the next live telecast from Bangkok, Thailand. From Television Pool Thailand. Goodbye. สวัสดีครับ